The Wayne County Commission Committee on Ways and Means meeting will now come to order. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Commissioner Scott has requested an excuse. Commissioner Baker McCormick. Commissioner Marecki.
Here.
Commissioner Clementi.
Here.
Commissioner Anderson.
Here.
Vice Chair Baydoun.
Here.
Chair Kinlock.
Present.
We have a quorum present.
Next item.
Item B, Chair's remarks.
I have none at this time. Well, I do have some. Okay, so this meeting was called for the purpose of basically reconciling any technical any budget amendments and reconciling our books from last year. I want to definitely thank our staff who worked over the weekend, because I was getting calls and updated on the information that was received by the Management and Budget Department. We have not gotten all of the budget amendments, and though there is progress, I want to ask Management Budget at this time, what is the status of that? We want to get this, and this is very serious for us. I know you made some headways, but also there was I would define it as a disconnect between our staff and your staff over the weekend. Our staff worked over the weekend. They were trying to reach folks and couldn't reach folks.
Philip Whitfield, Management and Budget. I did work with your staff probably the entire weekend, but I do agree that there is a disconnect as far as the information that was available because we're still working on some of the year-end stuff related to the audit. Some things weren't identified in time to make this meeting. So as I mentioned to the fiscal chief earlier, we will be bringing some back in January for those year-end activities, because there's a couple of large ones that are definitely related to the audit that has not been completed at this point that we will be bringing back in January. But to your point, I did have staff working over the weekend to get us to the proverbial finish line as we speak. Also made some notes as far as things that we need to put in place going forward so that this doesn't happen again. One of the things is having a hard stop for departments to get that information. This year with Oracle being stood up, it kind of delayed a little bit as far as some of the year-end activity, and that definitely impacted our ability to get everything prior to the end of the year.
Okay, so Oracle by next year should be fully stood up in many of these operations.
Absolutely.
That have impacted both today as well as in previous years. So Oracle should be, by the end of next year, should be fully stood up in areas that are impacting this work.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. That concludes my report. Next item.
Item C, approval of the minutes from the December 9th, 2025 meeting.
So moved. It's been moved and supported. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, this item stands approved. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item D, unfinished business. There is none listed. Moving to item E, new business communication. Requesting commission approval of amendment number 3 to a one-year cooperative agreement between the Charter County of Wayne and the Reman Group LLC.
Okay, who's here to speak to this?
I guess. Philip Whitfield, Management and Budget.
Okay.
This is the Reman item, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, this is a amendment to extend the contract and actually change the scope. There was a point of clarification on the Reman contract because I believe it was originally scoped as being for supportive budget, but in reality, they are actually going to be assisting with the audit prep and some of the audit related items. And so this amendment is actually going to extend the contract so that Reman has the ability to assist. The contract expired in October and they haven't done any work since that time. And so this is going to bring them back on to assist getting the audit to the finish line.
Okay, within your org chart, how many FTEs are either field, not field, that would be generally responsible for this type of work?
I don't have the FTE number. Hold on, let me see if I have it.
That question will be asked moving forward because as I have mentioned in the past, we got to get away from these contracts. We have to have people in-house to do it. And if we don't, we need to be onboarding them.
Hi, guys. Betsy Laughlin, Deputy CFO, here to answer some questions. So, great comment. So the main reason for this, especially this year, our financial reporting practitioners are doing dual entry with Oracle. And one of the key things we want to make sure is that we are on time with our financial audit. And so some of the key things that this team is going to be working on, compiling the statements, helping draft disclosures, and especially we have two GASB implementations that they're going to support, 101 and 102, which are new. So the key thing here is that we have our current financial reporting staff. We want to make sure that the audit is on time and that we have a clean audit. So they're here to support that while our team is also doing a lot of extra work just to make sure because of our dual entry systems currently in both JD Edwards and Oracle at this time.
Okay, that is a sufficient answer for today, but like I said, we're going to continue to keep our eye on these contracts and we want to be less dependent on them. But I do understand, and I did talk to our head of HR, who this committee has a lot of confidence in, who explained to us the circumstances that are going on in management and budget. Okay. Thank you. Oh, yes, I miss Commissioner Anderson.
Thank you. I just wondered if you could, in a nutshell, tell us why we don't have sufficient people on board right now to take care of these things and make sure we get them and get them in a timely way.
Yeah. So
Did we lose people? People quit or?
No, not at all. It's just there's a lot of extra. So when we implemented Oracle, so like I said, they're doing both entries in JD Edwards and Oracle. In addition to that, the audit itself, when you go through a new system, is more increased. So there's additional walkthroughs, changes in processes. So the auditors have additional requests. So there's more related to that they'll have to respond to. And then in addition, we just want to have the ability, if there are things that come up, especially with these, and then we also had the new two GASB implementations. Those are new, 101 and 102. So those are kind of in addition this year. But we also just want to make sure that we're ready so that if there's additional, because the additional audit, and we also have our folks really doing double duty right now with Oracle. So the staff, it's not that we lost anyone, they're just doing extra. So we want to be in a position, we're trying to be proactive. So we have this contract so that we are not behind on audit because it's a big thing that we want to have the audit done on time. So we're trying to make sure we have this contract at our ability and at our reference to use so that we don't miss those deadlines for audit. It's really critical for us this year to do that.
So what was the, in total, what is the, with this amendment, what would be the total amount that is being spent on this contract? Right here, the 454,000?
Right.
54.
Right. 454, not to exceed. So far, what has been billed is 155. So the initial contract, I believe, was a little over 200,000, only spent 155 on that one. And so this one, I think we're increasing 250. So that in total with the two contracts would be,
Okay.
no more than the 450,
Okay.
455, sorry.
Okay, like I said, we're keeping an eye on it. Absolutely don't want to be late for the audit. So that's this one absolutely makes sense. Okay, so thank you. Any additional questions? We'll take a motion at the end of the agenda. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item number 2, requesting commission approval of a 1-year professional service contract with Watson and Yates LLC.
Who's here to
With
speak to
field management and budget. Okay, this contract is for a consulting contract with Watson and Yates. They're coming in to assist us in kind of reimagining what the budget process is. As most of you at the table know, when I got here, that was one of the things that I was tasked with as far as, one, getting the budget delivered on time, but also to take a look at what our current processes is and how we can increase that. This is kind of what Watson Yates will be coming in to assist us with in filling that gap as far as coming up with, helping us to kind of redevelop some of the processes that we currently have, identify best practices, identify gaps that we need to close. And also with respect to budget development, helping us create templates and things that will also streamline the budget process. So the goal here is to kind of completely reimagine the look and feel of how the budget department works. And so that's what they're going to be here to assist us
Okay,
with.
also, because I did talk to John, so he touched on this contract. So they will be tasked with also bringing you in line, the department and all the departments in line with the new budget process of line item budgeting. So
Yes.
we all did give you notice. So instead of categories, we'll be dealing with line item and those approvals necessary to change line items. So hopefully, this process that you all now will be including the training for line items and how you will flow that information to us now. Yeah,
That's correct.
thank you. Okay, any additional questions? Yes.
Thank you. So do you think you're only going to need this for the year? I know it can be renewed next year, but do you think you're going to be able to use them just for this year?
Ideally, yes, I do think it's going to just be for this year. And again, because they're not coming in to do budget work, they're coming in to look at our processes and kind of the way we're structured and kind of streamline some of those things. So I do think it can happen within a year.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Any additional questions on this item? Any additional questions on this item? Next item, Madam Clerk.
We're moving to the addenda, item number 3, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35-152, reallocating expenditures in the special capital projects fund.
Okay.
Yep.
Mal Caparu, Finance Director for the Department of Health, Human and Veteran Services. This right here is really, I'll say another term, this is the Well Wayne. We're just reallocating money within inside the Well Wayne program.
Any questions on this item? Any questions on this item? Thank you. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 4, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35-139, certifying revenue in the general fund.
Who's here to speak to this? Okay, okay, no, that's fine. You can stay there. Yeah, absolutely. If you have more items on here, feel free to stay at the table. Okay, who's here to speak to this item?
Looks like it's going to be me.
Okay,
Philip Whitfield, Budget Director, Management and Budget. This was submitted on behalf of the Homeland Security and their certified funds in the amount of $22,000 to increase for the increased cost of their hazardous mitigation plan.
okay, and then just another note, just please make sure departments are actually here, yeah, especially right now, we're all here. Okay, so any questions on this item? Any questions on this item? Okay, next item.
Item 5, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35-177, reallocating revenue in the general fund and certifying revenue in the general fund as well as the general liability fund.
Who's here to speak to this item?
Philip Whitfield, Management and Budget, Budget
Okay.
Director.
Thank you.
This amendment is to certify funds and make them available for our general liability fund in order to make payments towards our Alliant Assurance accounts.
Any questions? Any questions? Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 6, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35-131, reallocating revenue in the general fund and certifying revenue in the general liability fund and the drug enforcement fund.
Who's here to speak to this item?
Philip Whitfield, Budget Director, Management and Budget. This one is to certify funds in 265. It is also in response to a deficit elimination plan that was submitted about a year ago. And this is actually just transferring that money that was actually noted in that plan.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item 7, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35023, reallocating revenue in the general fund and certifying revenue in the general fund as well as the capital projects fund.
Philip Whitfield, Budget Director, Management and Budget.
Thank you.
This amendment is to actually certify funds for capital projects that are ongoing and also to fund a potential capital request.
Thank you. Okay, next item.
Item 8, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35005, reallocating revenue in the general fund and certifying revenue in the general fund and the community development block grant fund.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good
Billy
morning.
Whitfield, Budget Director, Management and Budget. This budget amendment is actually to address the deficit in the 275 fund for block grant. This is also one that was subject to a deficit elimination plan that was submitted to the state. And so this transfer is actually going to relieve that deficit.
Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item number 9, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35-136, certifying revenue in the general fund and certifying revenue in the special capital projects fund.
Madam Clerk, if you don't mind, would you read the remaining items onto the record, except the resolution as relates to the delinquent tax
Sure.
surplus?
Item number 10, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35-134, reallocating revenue in the general fund and certifying revenue in the general fund as well as the victim witness program fund. Item 11, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35-109, reallocating expenditures in the general fund. Item 12, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35-110, certifying revenue in the general fund and in the HHS Nutrition Fund. Item 13, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35-104, reallocating expenditures in the general fund. Item 14, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35-081, reallocating expenditures in the law enforcement fund. Item 15, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2026-35001, certifying revenue in the capital projects fund, the county roads fund, the county parks fund, and the DPS drain maintenance fund. Item 16, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35-004, reallocating expenditures in the retirement system fund. Item 17, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35-066, certifying revenue in the general fund. Item 18, requesting commission approval of budget adjustment 2025-35-034, reallocating expenditures in the HHS Nutrition Fund. That's all the budget adjustments, Chair.
So those you read into the record was from item 6 to item 18.
Yes.
And at this point, commissioners, do you have any questions associated with any of the items that have been read into the record?
Start item 10, just scroll through because I had missed.
Okay, absolutely. So item 10, are there any? Yes, item 10, yes, there you go, right. Wrong one circle. Yeah, item 10. So any questions associated with item 10? Any questions? Any questions associated with item 11? Any questions associated with item 12? Any question associated with item 13? Any questions associated with item 14? Any questions on item 15? Any questions on item 16? Any questions on item 17? Any questions for item number 18? Okay, there being no questions, we will now proceed to item number 19, Madam Clerk.
Item number 19, requesting commission approval of a resolution authorizing the transfer to the county general fund for fiscal year 2025-2026.
Okay, who's here from the Treasurer's Office to speak to this?
This is Chief Deputy
Anyone
Treasurer
online?
Jean-Pierre Adams on Zoom.
Okay, Janvier. She said she's on.
Good morning. Can you hear me? I'm on mute. I believe I'm muted.
Javier, you may speak now.
Thank you. Good morning, Chief Deputy Treasurer Jean-Pierre Adams for the Treasurer's Office.
We can't hear you.
Okay, so, okay.
Good morning. Can you hear me now? Can't get on. Good morning. Are you able to hear me now? Coming through.
Yeah, I'm here. This is Pam. I'm gonna go down and see what's happening in the room right now. Can you hear me?
I hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I hear you, but I'm on Zoom, so I'm gonna walk downstairs and see what's happening.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Janvier, can you speak again?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Can you go in? You can go into your item.
Okay. So item 19 is the request from the Wayne County Treasurer. It's the declaration of the delinquent tax revolving fund surplus that we do annually. And so we are requesting the authorization of the transfer of $25,987,000 to the county general fund for fiscal year 2025. The determination was made as of 9/30/25 in accordance with the law, and it will go into budget year 26 for the surplus funds.
You know the thing that we've all been talking about, the Raffaele. I think I may have mispronounced the
case.
Raffaele case.
Yes.
I know there've been some additional lawsuits, some additional court activity associated with that property tax issue. So where does that stand, and how will that impact us in the future? Just
Okay.
briefly, for
Okay,
the
so-
parts that you can discuss.
So briefly, you will see that we increased our reserve for litigation by a substantial amount this year. And this is due to a new case that is, I will call it the progeny of Raffaele and other cases throughout the country. It's a Michigan case called Pung versus Isabella County that the Supreme Court just granted cert on. They will be hearing that probably this spring. And we had to increase our reserve because the exposure is exponential to what we had calculated earlier under Raffaele. So we will be coming with Corporation Counsel before the entire commission to give an update on that litigation. There are still a number of cases against Wayne County and in the Eastern District of Michigan with the progeny of Raffaele. So we are, we have dispersed a number, a lot of money, I would say, for a number of claims that have come through for the pre-Raffaele claims. So we are still dispersing on those claims. We're still litigating on the purported class actions against us. And now we have this Pung case that is pending before the U.S. Supreme Court. So
Okay, go.
there's a lot happening still.
Yes, that's what I understand, and I think it's very important for you all to get in front of us sooner than later. Please reach out to the chair and the clerk to see the best appropriate time for you all to come to meet with us
Yes.
as soon as possible, because I'm hearing a lot of stuff associated with it, and I think it's important for us to be made aware of it as a body. Yeah.
Yes, we are coordinating with Corporation Counsel. So
Okay. Thank you.
thank you. Are there any other?
Members, any additional questions? Any additional questions from any of the members? Okay, thank you, Ms. Adams.
Thank
Okay,
you.
one more. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Okay, it's been moved by Commissioner Anderson to approve the items on the agenda and the items 1 and 2 on the agenda and 3 through 19 on the addenda. Support. It's been moved by Anderson, supported by Commissioner Baydoun. Okay, all those, roll call, please.
Commissioner Marecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Clementi,
Yes.
Commissioner Anderson,
Yes.
Vice Chair Baydoun.
Yes.
Chair Kinlock,
Yes,
motion carries.
thank you. Next item on the agenda, Madam Clerk.
Such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I know of none. Next item.
For the record, Baker McCormick, requested an excuse for today's meeting.
So, let it be noted and recorded accordingly. Next item.
Item G, public comments.
At this time, Madam Clerk, would you unmute those individuals who are joining us by Zoom or who may be calling into the meeting? And I'd like to ask if there's anyone who is joining us who would like to address this committee to please raise your hand or indicate in the chat.
Chair, there are no hands on Zoom and no emails were received.
Thank you. Is there anyone present who would like to address the committee? Anyone present? Public comment is closed. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Item H, adjournment.
Move